All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Cha Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is Ratazah from the Great Millstone GMS Atlanta camp with another video. And I was kind of struggling with titles. Different titles was coming to mind, but basically going into how, order is very important, as brothers been, hip to the news as of late. One of the brothers, one of the camps was, put out basically for not following the order of the camp, not following the things that was laid out. And, that brother was, giving his walking papers. That's the spirit that would even occur, essentially on the, first day of the so-called New Year. So, evidently, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is sending the message that, order is extremely important, and even more so, as the, days go on, man. Order has to be maintained, and we even more so have to, respect the leadership and respect what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is, established through the spirit in these, various camps. And, it was a statement, basically how staying in order, there's safety in that, man. All right, when you stay in order, you can avoid a lot of, you can avoid a lot of things just by staying in order. Which essentially staying in order by default makes you humble. You basically humble yourself because you understand your role and you understand what's going on and what your duty is in the body. Not doing too little, but not overstepping your boundaries to where it causes a riffle, for lack of a better word, in the body. Things get disrupted, and things got to be set back in place. So just by staying in order and knowing your place, that goes from the top all the way to the bottom, so to speak. That's very important to know. All right. And I just wanted to get a couple of scriptures on that. A couple of scriptures that just came to mind. If I may. All right. 2nd Ezra 14 and verse verse 13. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption." So the main point in that verse I wanted to hit was the very first statement. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order," which essentially the house first and foremost starts with us as individuals. We're supposed to set ourselves in order, which essentially is going to venture out to setting the whole church in order, the house, even your personal household, just making sure everything. Making sure your T's is crossed and your I's is dotted. Making sure our spirits are in line and in tune with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and that we are obedient to His will. All right, moving another way. The camp is moving this way, but then you're moving in another direction. That's grounds for you to get called out. And essentially you're going to receive your walking papers. So now's not the time to be in that spirit. Well, it was never the time to be in that spirit, but even more so now. So setting yourself in order. All right. And it says, "And reprove thy people," which essentially goes into teaching. All right. Teaching the people. It says, "Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature." All right, yeah, because we coming into some very hectic times. All right, like I did a video maybe a week or two ago called the colder days are approaching. So our spirits need to be hard, and we need to display a level of fortitude and endurance in these times, man. So it comes with putting certain things off. And then it says, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." All right. So yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing in these times that we in, getting ourselves prepared and getting ourselves ready for the times ahead and the times that's approaching, but you got to be in order during that process. All right. This is of course, wouldn't be right if we didn't read first Corinthians, was that 14 and 40? All right, get to the point. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. All right, short but very direct and to the point. Yeah, all things. In particular, all things pertaining to the ministry. Which I hate to use this word, but Great Millstone, or the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is an organization. Now, we're an organization now in the sense that, like the other groups, like, as if we got a 501c3 tax statute and we're in league with the government. We got we're a company. No, we're an organization in the sense of we're an organized body of souls or men that carry out the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The key word is organized. All right, everything is organized. All right, everything is set up. We got the structure. We got the elders of the camp, heads of the camp. We got sergeants, captains. We got a treasury brother or brothers. Like there's different offices, there's different ranks set up, and all of that must be followed, man. And we got to honor each other's spots. Okay, so that's why all things, as it says, be done decently and in order. And when everybody's performing their task and duties, that's when things go right. All right, and there's no means. Now, of course, brothers going to get, told certain things because we're not perfect, all right. But that's all to make sure that we're doing we're performing our lot to the best of our abilities. But all in all, a brother that's in order and that's maintaining his lot, I mean, for my years in the truth, I really don't see a brother like that get put out the body. Somebody who's in order and that's obedient to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai usually sticks around. Why? Because the Most High could use him. Okay, the Most High could use that brother for different things. But on the contrary, somebody who's not obedient and is just a goddamn wild bull, so to speak. All right, the Lord can't use an individual like that, and they eventually get kicked out. So we don't want to follow after that example, man. All right, let's get one more. I think it's in Titus, the first chapter. All right, and there's other scriptures to get, but I just want to just make a quick point. Titus 1, and I started at 4. The point is in 5. It says, to Titus, my own son, this is Apostle Paul speaking or writing here. It says, to Titus, my own son, after the common faith, grace, mercy, and peace from the Most High, the Father, and the Lord Yahushai, our Savior. Here's the point. For this cause left I thee in Crete, or Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting. The word wanting means lacking. So the Apostle Paul would send certain men out, such as Titus, to these different churches and areas where you had the Israelites, the saints that believed in Yahushai, and they were establishing camps and churches. He told them what? That thou shouldest set in order things that are lacking. All right, and that's what the apostles is doing. Notice there was certain decrees and things put out there, like of course, no more. Apostle Hart called it the Brady Bunch videos, where different brothers from various camps get on the stream like that. They that's just one of that's a small example, but that's a example of setting things in order. All right, it says set in order things that are wanting or lacking, and ordained elders in every city, as I had appointed thee. And the apostles and elders have done that. They've set up brothers in head positions, camp head positions, and then in that camp, in particular camp, there's a rank and file. You got your 1, your 2, your 3, 4, depending on how many brothers is in the camp, It's like everybody has a rank, so to speak, and everybody, that rank comes with certain responsibilities, you know, and that can't be broken, because once it's broken, or when somebody steps out of line, that's when things gotta be put back in order. And it could go to the extreme to where that brother or brothers can get put out the camp, right? And we don't want to follow after that. The goal is to remain in this thing, and basically to stay a part of the winning team, right? Because we believe that this is the winning team in the house of David. Brothers here at Great Millstone and other brothers that's teaching the word in the right spirit. We don't want to get detached from that. All right. And it says, if any be blameless, the husband of one wife, having faithful children, not accused of riot or unruly. So this is the Apostle Paul's giving the rundown on if you're going to promote somebody to eldership, this is the criteria that they should have, right? Go to the bishop. But that was the main point I went to hit about setting in order things that are lacking. All right. So that was pretty much it, man. I was kind of struggling with a title, how I wanted to approach it, but I just said, forget it. I just, cut the camera on and just go. And just be in order, man. Order is very, very important, man. And I'm telling you, staying in order keeps you around, because the Lord could utilize you. The individuals that just kind of just not moving in the spirit and just doing some weird stuff, the Lord like, all right, man, you know what? So again, we don't want to follow after that example. All right. So, with that, Lord Willings was an edifying video, giving our praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rachak Wadash, and Lord willingly, I'll come right back around with another video. Shalom.